Hey guys, good morning. Hope you're all doing great. Welcome to the Refined Investor channel. I want to talk to you briefly about David Schwartz and Ripple and some comments that he's been making, and people have been, saying this guy's a terrible decision maker. He sold crypto way early. All that might be true. And, they're saying, oh, well, now he said something that XRP could barely make it to 20. How could it make it to 100 or 1,000? I'm paraphrasing, obviously. But the reality is this, guys. You got to learn to read between the lines. This person, David Schwartz, is still heavily involved in Ripple. He still sits on their board. So you have to look at what he's saying in context of what he ought to be saying or is being asked to say, or what might even compel many people to perhaps, liquidate, sell, and so that, perhaps by the order of the government, who knows, right? Hey, let's get as many people to let go of their XRP as we can. Let's squeeze them out with patience, right? With just the compounding effect of impatience, rather. And so you just have to really look and start listening to things from context. And you have to understand who's saying it and what's their position. And so when you understand what David Schwartz's position is and why he's still heavily involved in Ripple and XRP, and then for him to say something that might appear to be fuddish, you ought to be questioning that with absolute precision. And so that's on you, right? So I just want to point that out, that when you hear things, especially when they're coming from people involved in the space, not commentators, not journalists, not YouTubers, but people that are actually involved, you need to ask deeper questions. And so spend some time really understanding how to ask the right questions before you go out and making comments and reacting, if you will, to things that just don't make sense. Anyways, I just want to leave that with you guys because I hear so much. I've been reading a lot of the comments for some of the things that have been said. It makes me laugh. You guys need to take a deep breath and put things into context. Always, always, always. Have a great day.